Yeah, if anybody has questions, you feel free to ask. Yeah, if not, then few of you can introduce yourself. I see Kusumakar Alti, I think. Please go ahead and correct my pronunciation and introduce yourself.
Guruji. Myself Kusumakar Anti. By profession, I am a software engineer. I work at Microsoft. I stay in Hyderabad.
Hyderabad, okay. Very good.
Uh,
So, how did
yeah.
you come to know about this course?
Uh, Through our society group, some of our some member have posted. I felt it is good to learn about our dharma. Uh, Before, actually, my problem was I'd like to tell stories to my kids. I have two kids. One is 6 and one 3 years. But how to tell I mean, how to tell, I don't know anything, right? Like about our Hindu religion and stories. I know here and there one or two from Ramayana, whatever my elders told, but I don't know how to teach him, like what it is. So that's my intention to join this class.
Good, very good, very good. We also hope that that will be the outcome of this course. You can tell us whether it's working or not. Okay,
Thank you.
good. All the best. One of my students, good friends, Mohan Sai, is in Microsoft in Hyderabad. Good.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
Thank
go
you.
ahead. Ashwini, thank you. Kusumakar. Ashwini, then Akila.
Namaste, Guruji. Thank you for the session. It was really nice, and it was a very good. I'm calling from Bangalore. I'm from Bangalore. I'm a doctor, and I come from a family which didn't focus much on puja rituals and all that. But I'm married to somebody who believes a lot in these rituals, and I somehow felt it was just uh, being done blindly without understanding. It somehow didn't resonate with me, and so I wanted to understand a bit more about why is it that we do these things. So the session so far was very nice, very enlightening, and I'm grateful to you for this. I had just one doubt. I mean, the last part that you told me, if you can just elaborate a little bit more. When you said that there's no one God or many gods, but there is only God. I would like to understand a little bit more. I didn't understand it very well. Thank you.
Right, right. Yeah, it's a good question. How did you go from many gods to only God? That is the question. I want to hear that once again. Many gods we can understand. A Hindu can understand. The other religions can't understand. They are utterly confused by your idea. This idea of many gods. They can't understand. But for us, you understand many god idea. Many god because every aspect, water, rain, that whole ecosystem, yeah, that is also a process. That is also knowledge. That's also cause and effect involved. There is no randomness in all this. When the seasons come, rainy season, it just rains, and afterwards it dissipates slowly. This is all process. And Varuna Devata, we attribute a Devata to that. We personify that whole process, that whole body of knowledge, of which one small aspect is called this atmospheric sciences. Oceanography is another aspect. Look at that. Okay, small branches coming out of this trunk called Varuna Devata. All right. So many gods like this. That's how you have. Okay. Durga is there. Saraswati, Durga, Lakshmi, and then within Lakshmis you come to any state, you have hundreds, thousands of names given, and Bikali is there one name for Durga. So then you have to go to that particular village, and then you find out the history why she is called Kali, or in Ashtabhuja Kali, like that will be there. Ashtabhuja, and means eight-armed goddess, like that. That's fine. That is our understanding of the whole universe, really speaking, how the universe operates. We don't look at ourselves as separate from the world, even though it looks like separate. But really speaking, the world is incomplete without me and you, correct? Without me and you, the world is incomplete. Otherwise, we would not be here. Therefore, the idea of completeness is so important. And so, back to this gods, many gods are there, that I understand. Then one god, if you say, if you reduce many gods to one god, then that one is also finite in number. It is countable one, right? Suppose I say, if you ask me how many flasks do you have at home, I have one flask. What is the difference between one flask and one god? Okay, God is different, flask is different, but one is same, no? One means there is one entity. Then you will have to ask, then the child will immediately ask, where is that God located? Why he is asking where? Because the child is thinking. Every child is a thinking person until we make them not think. Okay, but until then they are thinking. Until we interfere only. So this child is asking a very logical question. Where is that God? Why where? Because he knows one means finite. One means I can look for it. If he is not here, where is he? He is up there. Heaven. Heaven also means one. One can be there in heaven. Heaven is a finite place, and in that place this guy is sitting there. One. Correct? But we just said everywhere, water, water everywhere. All pervasiveness, how you will bring? Tudulim irkan, turumbulim irpan. That is a story that my grandmother taught me. That Bhagavan is there in this pillar and also in the small speck of dust. Or a blade of grass. Like that we had learnt. So how will you bring that out? That really means God is all pervasive. Ishvara is all pervasive. That is why we say only God. Only Ishvara is there. Means is there a place where Ishvara is not? No. Not possible. Therefore it is not countable. The minute you start counting, then you are finitizing Ishvara. You are limiting Ishvara. You are bounding Ishvara. Only a bounded one can be counted. The unbounded cannot be counted. Therefore, one God is not the correct answer. Only God is the correct answer. How does that help, Ashwini?
Guruji, that makes sense. Thank you so much.
So we need to think about it. I don't mean that everything I say will be immediately understood. That also is not true. We have to mull over it, as they say. We have to soak in it, like our Rasagulla soaks in liquid. Thank you. Akhila Dev.
Namaste, Guruji. I'm connecting from Bangalore. So, from my childhood, I'm hearing all the stories from my grandparents, parents, and all. But yeah, every time, as you said, the extra question we asked will not get the answer. This has always been. So now, being a parent, even I am struggling with that. So I was always seeking the answers. Even I had that question only God. So you cleared it off. And one more thing, one more challenge what I'm facing is when we were kids, when our grandparents used to tell us the stories of Shiva, Ganesha, Krishna, and all, we used to see it in a different perspective. So now, when I'm telling the same stories to my son, thinking that he will take up the moral from that, but it is totally different. So now my son, sometimes when he gets angry, he'll say, I'll take off your head, like how Shiva took from Ganesha. So I really don't know how to teach these values in correct way to our kids. So this is very challenging. Not only this, I have been telling him stories, even other stories like the shepherd boy who calls wolf came and he lies and those things. So he thinks that it is a playful thing and he likes to lie now. So these generation kids are totally different, and really sometimes I'll be surprised the way they take what we are telling. So I'm really looking forward to many answers, many ways to teach my kids the proper understanding of living and what is future, what is God, what actually our duty being here. So I'm really looking forward to those things. Thank you so much.
Good, good. Thank you. Yeah. And where are you? Okay, you said Bangalore, right? Good. How many children do you have?
I have two kids. One is 7 years, one is 2.5 years.
Good, good. Thank you. Yeah, Vidya, go ahead.
Namaste, Guruji. The session was very nice. I'm Pradeep. I'm Vidya. He's Pradeep. We are from Hassan. We have two kids, and at least my intention was that I have to raise my kids following Sanatana Dharma. That's why, though I was pregnant in US, just for my delivery, we came back to our country. And from then, I have been trying to raise my kids with the philosophy, what you said, Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. And it was a very vague thing for me, but today you simplified it with a shloka. And, it is easy for me to explain that to my kids to begin with. So a big thanks to you for that. And my doubt was like, you were telling that land grabbing or wars kind is adharma. But that was done by many kings even before Kali Yuga. So how do we differentiate that? I mean, it was though the other religions or those concepts came very recently, wars or other things were from many earlier yugas also. So how should we differentiate that to explain it to our kids?
Yeah. So, what about this land grabbing, so-called occupying other lands, kingdoms, and things like that? Okay. So everything has to be looked at in context. The first thing we have to understand is, just because we talk about dharma in this manner doesn't mean every Hindu will be a dharmic person. Because adharma is there, we are forced to talk about dharma. Therefore, you don't think that only dharma will be there in Hindu society and all. No, the dharma is very easy. In fact, a shortcut. Shortcut is easy, That's why we want shortcuts also. So when that is the case, constantly we have to be exposed to this Dharma Vidya, not this course, but in general, to Upanyasams and things like that. We have to keep on listening. Why? Because anytime we are ready to take a shortcut. Now, what kings did and all, the responsibility of a king. In fact, this Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha is in the context of a king's duties in that Manusmriti. Okay? The king is told, hey, your duty is to protect Dharma. That is your only duty. Even if it means you have to sacrifice your life. That is what the Manusmriti is telling the king. Okay? And so, not every king is like that. Or maybe in that particular context, occupying the other kingdom was the right thing to do. Means it's a war. It's a situation of war, and either he will swallow me, and the dharma will get affected. Therefore, I have to run. Just like Mahabharata war. Just like Mahabharata. Arjuna had, how many people he killed? He killed so many men that the millions of widows were created overnight. In 10 days, whatever the 18-day war. Millions of widows. Now what? Is he commit an act of what? Crime or adharma? What do you say? Hey, advised by Krishna. Krishna only kept on saying, it's your duty to fight. So we have to look at everything in context. That's all I'm saying. Context is critical in deciding whether some act is dharma or adharma. Context. Hopefully I'll talk about it in the next session. Okay, context. I'll make a note. So therefore, we are experts in adharma and dharma. Only when we are experts in both, we can really tell myself, no, this is not right. My life will become a waste if I cut corners all the time. That is not the purpose of life. Like that, I have to teach myself, right? So that's the objective. And we have inspiring rishis, inspiring freedom fighters. We have so many inspiring figures to learn from. Our acharyas lived those kinds of lives. So, okay. So this question will come. Children will ask, you know, this Rama killed what is his name? Sugriva's brother, Vali. From the back, he came and shot an arrow. That is not right. How can Rama do this? There's a big dialogue in Ramayana. There's a dialogue on that. And he gives Vali gives a lecture. For you, dharma is just, you're just words in your mouth. You're not a dharmic guy at all. What did I do anything wrong to you, Rama? I'm Vali. You don't even know me. You are coming and killing me. It is between me and Sugriva. Very interesting it is. Very convincing also. Rama says, keep your mouth shut, don't give me a lecture on dharma. That's how he starts. There's a big lecture Valmiki writes. You are a womanizer. Let's talk the truth. You want the truth? Let's talk some truth then. He starts like this. You are after other people's wives. You are married, right? In our dharma, you are supposed to be a eka patni vrata. And you are not like that. You are not following our dharma at all. And you harassed people. You put your brother, on top of that, your brother you are harassing. You scared him away and you threatened him, this and that. Fortunately, he got some safe haven somewhere, and so he's been staying there. I am the representative of Bharata. Bharata is the king of this kingdom, okay? Bharata stands for Dharma. I am a representative of Bharata. Rama says, I am a representative of Bharata. And I am the arm of Dharma, okay? Don't look at me as a person and all that. I am Dharma talking. And wherever I see Dharma, I have to step in. Like this, he gives a talk, and then Vali says, I apologize. I now see what happened. I'm glad you taught me. I'm glad you put an end to this guy. Like that, Vali says. So it's not easy. Everything on the surface, we only can go up to the surface and then we get confused. Stuck. So that is why we have to learn the Shastram properly. You have to spend some time, and then slowly things will evolve out of that. Sometimes parents want quick answers. My child is asking this, tell me quickly, what should I tell him? Tell me quickly means what? How can I tell something quickly? I'm looking at all these things. I said, my God, at this rate, we have 3-4 classes. And my colleague, Srinivasanji, is going to take 2, 3, 4 classes. And I love to talk, and you are asking me to stop in 4 classes? That is the thought I am having. How can I teach? There's so much to talk about. But anyway, this is module 1. This is a sneak preview of what we have for you. Okay? All right. Thank you, Vidya. Yeah, go ahead. Niranjan, then Darshan.
Namaste, Guruji. This is Ashrita. My husband's name is Niranjan. I came from Chennai and I came about this program from Shiva Tattva. So previously I was joined in that program. Ma'am forwarded me this link to join you. So you have mentioned before, right, there is a difference between Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, Trimurtis, and there is one more called Brahman. What is that Brahman? Like, I thought it's Brahma and Brahman are both the same. But when you told me that is different, then I found, okay, what is the difference between the Brahma, Trimurtis and Brahma? So I would like
Right.
to know more about.
Right. It's Trimurti is like this. Trimurti is like this. Somehow our oceans, I want to give the names of Indian names, but our oceans that surround us have vague names. I don't like those names, but still, Bay of Bengal, Bay of Bengal, Arabian Sea, Indian Ocean. Bay of Bengal, think of it as Brahma. Brahma, who Brahma? Creator, Brahma Ji, Chaturmukha Brahma, okay, who has a shape, who has a form, who is the quote unquote creator of the world, creator of all human beings. Then you've got Vishnu. Vishnu is the sustainer. Vishnu, once Brahma's job is over after creating, all problems now belong to Vishnu. Belong to Vishnu. And then, like initially, this pediatrician helps create the baby, and then for some time you go to the pediatrician. Then you can't keep on going to the pediatrician. Then she'll say, wait. Have you considered the other? Go to the first floor. Go to the first floor. No, but you're my doctor. Yeah, but I have a lot of babies waiting. Okay, your baby is now 10 years old. That's what she will say. So, from pediatrician, you have to go now to Vishnu, Brahma to Vishnu, then Vishnu to Shiva. And so, some functions, some phenomena are attributed to each of them. Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. This we understand. Some phenomena. The phenomena of creation. Wherever there is creation, Brahmaji is working. Creation. Even a coronavirus also was born. So Brahmaji's creative aspect is working. That creative aspect is symbolized by Brahmaji. Then Vishnu, then Shiva. Then where is Brahman? This Brahmaji is also water only in this ocean example. And this Vishnu also is water only. And this Shiva also is water only. That water is Brahman. The underlying reality of everything in this universe, the underlying reality of the human being, and the underlying reality of this world, the Jagat, the universe, and the underlying reality of God, Ishvara. It's all one underlying reality. That reality is called Brahman or Brahma. We leave it as Brahman. So what is the difference between Brahman and Brahmaji? Brahman is the reality of Brahmaji. Like pot. You see a pot, correct? This is a pot. It is a clay pot. Look at this. It's a clay pot. So pot is there, all right. But what is the reality of the pot?
It holds the water.
It holds the water, but the reality of the pot is clay. Clay is what gives the existence to pot. Clay is what gives form to pot. And pot can do whatever it has to do. Carry water and all those things it can do. Clay cannot do. Brahman cannot do. Brahman has to become Brahma in order to create. Brahman has to become Vishnu in order to protect. Brahman has to become Shiva. That's the way to look at Brahman and Brahma. Okay?
So when you tell Aham Brahmasmi, that is comes for the Brahman, right?
Correct. Because I am not Brahmaji, I am not creating. Therefore, I can't be Brahmaji. Therefore, which Brahman I am? The underlying reality, Brahman, I am. I can confidently say that. Because my reality is also Brahman. Brahmaji's reality is also Brahman. The reality of the world also is Brahman only.
Nice explanation. Thank you.
All right. Take care. Yeah, Darshan, go ahead.
Namaste, Guruji. Thank you so much for this session, and I'm looking forward to all the sessions. And thanks for creating this course. It's very much needed. I am from Austin, Texas. Came to know about this from one of the parents where my son is learning. He is in Agastya Gurukulam, and I think she was here. Pavitra ji sent this message regarding this course. Yeah, she's there. So my main challenge here that I see is we are just started learning. I mean, I'm in my 50s, but until now, I've been what I was doing. I was doing job. I was raising kids, but I didn't know anything about Hindu Dharma or basically Dharma. And then I'm kind of coming to know face to face on these things. Once I came here, I got more attracted towards it and tried thinking about ways to teach these things to my kids because uh, back home in India, I did not feel like I have to learn so much about it. It was kind of happening around, and I was being part of it. So one of the things that I feel like Hindu Dharma is little complex. If I look at other dharmas, it's they have one God, one book. Things are in binaries where there are multi-layered realities out here and all these gods and the things that you're talking about, Brahman and Brahma, and also, the mm, uh, Ramayana, there is Hanuman, which is people call him like monkey god, or uh, Devatas, which are like the Ganesha having a elephant head. And then adding to that, there are various organizations. They have their own ways of explaining things, and people go to those organizations, and there is different perspective. And then there is Shaivism, there is Vaishnavism. So my question is, how do we navigate this complexity? And for my level, it becomes overwhelming. So how do I then tell these things to my son? And should I even get into that? That's my question, Guruji.
Good question. Good question. Complex. The landscape is too complex. Correct? What's your profession, Darshan?
I mean, I'm a software engineer.
Software engineer. All right. Software. So you must be good in math. You must be good in computer programming, computer science, etc. Okay. In general, at least. Suppose somebody comes and tells you, Dad, what is this? You guys send Java, C, C++, Visual Basic, this, that. It's all very confusing. Why don't you stick with one language? I would have learned that language. But then they're saying something else. What is that thing? Lisp, not Lisp. Somebody was learning that AI ML, they said they do a language. And what is ML? I thought Java was good. Then you are asking me about ML. You want me to keep on learning languages like this? It's too confusing, Dad. Suppose he tells you this. What will you say? What will you say?
The reality is complex. Yeah, I would say the reality. In real, you have to have all these things.
You have to all these things, but you are not starting the day saying it's complex. You are navigating it or not. I mean,
Yeah.
life is tough, all right. Professions are tough and everything is tough. Competition is there. Leave all that aside. Leave all that aside. But just that whole subject that you are an expert at, it's not complex. Why? Because you have the basic. You have a degree. You have pre-degree. You have high school degree, college degree, everything you have. And so you have built it up. You have built it up gradually. Now for you it's not complex anymore. You can decide what you need, what you don't need also you can decide. And nothing is complex. But for this child, your son or daughter, it's very complex. The child is asking a question because child is ignorant. Child can only see complexity. That is why you have to go through the education process. And fortunately, you know what, for us, the child going to school is not worried about the future, and that is why the child is unencumbered and is not anxious about the future. So it just goes to school and comes back home and says, Mom, today I learnt about solar system. It has no idea where this solar system is going to apply. Nothing it knows. The child doesn't know anything. Today I know. No, that's not wrong. That's wrong, Ma. You don't know anything. My teacher only knows. The mother is not upset. Mother says, okay, keep learning. I don't know anything. I also studied, Ma. And then, no, but you studied, but it's all old. Today my teacher knows everything, okay? So this child is excited about the present. Living in the present, they say. This child lives in the present. We are all living not in the present, either in the past or in the future. The child. Thankfully, we were all living in the present as children, unencumbered by the future. Okay, it's not like that today. Today, it's very sad. The children, by the time they are 8th, 9th, they are preparing for college exams and all that. They go to Kota and write some IIT, this, that, they all kinds of stuff they are doing. Okay, but because we were free to learn, we were unaware of what job is going to give me good salary out there, prospects. I didn't know anything. Really, I didn't know anything. In 1980, when I went to college, I didn't know anything. Which college I am going to go, I didn't know. Which field, I didn't know. Somehow somebody decided all these things. That's all it is. This is how I was. But now it's everything from this first grade, the parents are planning things out. What I'm saying is, we have to go through that process. That gradual process is there. Foundation. That's why I'm giving you foundation here. I'm not giving you band-aid solutions. This is not a band-aid course. This is not a first aid kit course. I'm going to teach you medicine and not a band-aid and first aid. Okay? Band-aid you can figure out. First aid you can figure out. Once I tell you about medicine and well-being and all that stuff. Correct? So, I can understand your dilemma. It is everybody's dilemma. Not just yours. As you said, I'm already 50s. Okay? I'm saying better late than never. Better late than never. Okay? Better late than never. Because after all, it's my dharma only it is. I will become happy when I connect with my rishis and my past and my Vedas. Veda, if I don't connect with my Vedas, who's going to do it? If I don't understand Sanskrit, who's going to do it? If I don't connect to my Devatas, who? The Devatas are meant for me only. I am not meant for Devatas. Devatas are meant for me. So it should give me some pride. It should give me some joy. Just from day one, it will give me joy. That's how I started this. I didn't know anything. Accidentally, I went into an ashram and suddenly I started hearing all these things. That was accident. Those days, no WhatsApp and this and that, nothing. And somebody said, you should go to the Swamiji's ashram. Some friend. I said, what Swamiji's ashram? I have never been to an ashram, and why should I go to Swamiji's ashram? This was my question. Some vacation, few days were left. I was in the US at that time. I was near Chicago. And I had this Christmas vacation, 1 week was there. Not enough time to go to India. But more than a weekend. So enough time to go somewhere in the US. I was not interested in all this sightseeing and this and that. And so what do you do? Then I said, oh, he asked me to go to this ashram. Shall I do that? And very doubtfully and with lot of misgivings I went there. And within that 1 week, made 180 degrees ho gaya mera life. That is how it is. So, nothing wrong. That's how it works for all of us. We expect things to be all like in the movies and happy hereafter again and all nice things. No, it's not like that. We allow things to happen. Chalega, as long as I know. And our Shastram, the meaning of the word Shastram is what? Shasana trayate iti Shastram. By being in a position of teaching me Shasanam, it protects me, trayate. This knowledge is for my protection. Every other knowledge I don't know. Tomorrow Microsoft may lay me off also. That job does vague protection it is. Temporary protection. This is permanent protection. So Darshanji, that's how it works.
Dhanyawad ji.
So
Somewhere
hang in,
we have to start.
as they say in America, hang in there.
Yeah. Dhanyawad ji.
Yeah. Good. All right. So we can pause with that. And these recordings will be made available. And those who have missed out or whatever, they can view the recordings. And then we'll continue. Next week, there is a trip to Rishikesh I'm making. So my co-trustee, Mr. Srinivasan, will take the class. Then after that, we'll continue. Okay? So be in touch. Thanks for joining. We'll stop with the prayer, okay?
Guruji.
Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.